Gather round ye gamer folk, let me tell you an age-old story. A company called From Software wished to retain their name and glory. Their games were top-notch, always, except that one we don't like. Honestly, oh gamer folk, I'd rather see Dark Souls 2 on a pike. But in early 2019, a new game they released, about a lone shinobi who would cease to stay deceased. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice was the title of this game. Everyone was so excited. Would it live up to its name? Since I have been an avid fan of difficulty and pain, I pre-ordered it for PS4, my excitement I couldn't contain. And lo, it arrived on a warm Friday evening. Would this live up to my expectations, or would it be deceiving? So I booted up the game and sat in front of the screen. The game looked so good, I just wanted to scream. Sekiro is a treat, and let me tell you why. It's fantastic for what it is, but it may just make you cry. I didn't find it hard, as many media outlets said. It was in fact quite easy, or was all that just in my head? The difficulty comes from learning all your opponent's moves. To exploit all their weaknesses will give you all the grooves. Don't worry, practice makes perfect is what I told myself, but the game was simply easy. Should I have played something else? The difficulty is one aspect out of quite a few more, including more of that signature From Software cryptic lore. The game is frankly beautiful, the visuals are great. The loading times on PS4 don't really make you wait. It's graphically impressive and the setting is tight. With a smaller map and fewer things to do, the world size is just right. Everything just fits in place and nothing seems unwanted. As I always say, with smaller maps, you'll definitely be rewarded. An intricate connected world has been brought to the table, with most major locations being entwined like stray cable. From the Moonview Tower to the Fountainhead Palace, you'll face various enemies, each of whom embody malice. Enemy design is varied, yet limited somehow. Miyazaki knows that less is more, and he showed us this is how. Nothing ever feels needless, everything has its place, like the test subjects in the dungeons or the monk who covers her face. The story is wonderful, something thematically sane, but its execution is brilliant, and it's not only in name. Deep connections with characters, you'll forge a story so new, there won't be any regrets. If so, maybe a few. The boss fights all make sense, with each having its place. Nothing is too overdone. Oh god, that ape has no face. However you approach the game, it isn't really perfect. And though I went up to New Game 7, I just wanted the trophy set. And now we come to gameplay, the core of any game. And may I say they nailed it, that's where it gets its fame. Your basic actions are plenty, with the world so well designed, with many vertical structures and traversal well defined. Your combat is limited but polished and so pure, letting you approach situations in stealth to be secure. And if you're ever spotted, you must know how to strike. Being relentless with R1 will only lead to strife. Deflect, 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 as dodges aren't really that handy. With some mini-bosses, this prosthetic will be dandy. The tool is underused, and to me, that's a drawback, as not much can be done with it, so your best bet is to fall back. I'd say it's situational because its uses are far and few, unless you wish to play the game with only prosthetic tools. Now I don't say that the tools are bad, but I did only want to use 4. Firecrackers, shuriken and flamethrower, and the axe are death galore. The prosthetic tools are a hindrance to your enemies and foes. To deal some real damage, eat some sugars and strike a pose. A skill tree with rewards achievable through smart play. Don't die too much or else you'll lose those skill points along the way. Each tree lets you specialize, prosthetic, shinobi or monk. Quality and quantity in perfect harmony, this ain't any old junk. Your efforts are rewarded, even if it makes you rage. With 3 different endings, this game will keep you engaged. If you're new to the series and are looking to be tested, look no further than the one-armed wolf. There's a lot here to be bested. Death is not a punishment, well, not for the first time at least. Resurrection is possible, but can't be spammed as you please. It can be quite strategic if you wish to lose aggression. Just remember that your death causes NPCs an affliction. It isn't very often that you see a game so refined. The folks at From Software struck again with perfection in their minds. The music is enchanting with soft flutes and a large drum, until you're in a boss fight and it's pandemonium. This is what it takes to achieve perfection, and major props to the team for some brilliant game direction. I wish to see a lot more from Miyazaki-san soon. With Elden Ring on the way, his games just make me swoon. For melee combat in video games, the bar has been raised, for Sekiro is a title well worthy of its praise. And so, ye gamer folk, as I bid thee farewell, I hope you've learnt a thing or two. I hope this journey isn't hell.